Este video es un repaso del presente subjuntivo y también es una adición al subjuntivo con las cláusulas adverbiales. Antes ustedes aprendieron que para tener el subjuntivo necesitas dos cláusulas divididas con que, dos sujetos diferentes y una razón. Esta es la ecuación. It's like your equation for subjunctive tense. And when you have this equation, you always have the present subjunctive in the second clause. Siempre está en la segunda cláusula. Este es un repaso de las razones que tienen weirdo, wish, want, emotion, impersonal expression, recommendation, doubt, denial, ojalá. Ahora ustedes van a aprender sobre las cláusulas adverbiales. Estas frases adverbiales señalan el subjuntivo. En caso de que, sin que, con tal de que, a menos de que, para que y antes de que. Siempre tienen el subjuntivo después de estas cláusulas. So you always have subjunctive after these clauses. It can be in the first part of the sentence or it can be in the second part of the sentence, but it's whatever verb is after that clause. Always is in the subjunctive. Y no necesita dos sujetos diferentes. There's also a new twist. You don't need your uses, you don't need your weirdo anymore if you have these adverbial clauses, and you also don't need your two different subjects. Okay, en caso de que significa in case, sin que is without, con tal de que is provided that or as long as, a menos de que unless, para que so that, and antes de que before. Estos son unos ejemplos, so these are some examples. Alberto y Claudio disfrutan de escribir con gatitos, con tal de que se queden en los brazos, which means Albert and Claude enjoy fencing with cats as long as, there's your con tal de que, here's your subjunctive, se queden, as long as they stay on their arms. Okay, otro. A menos de que los otros gatos la admiren, Eleanor no está feliz. So, unless the other cats admire her, Eleanor is not happy. So that's Eleanor on the right. You see a menos de que, and then you see admiren, that's subjunctive, even though it's in the first clause. Antes de que salga con él, Patty investiga, oh, I forgot, I switched my T and I, su pasado. So before she would go out with him, or before she goes out with him, Patty investigates his past. So, antes de que, that's one of our clauses that always has subjunctive. There's subjunctive, salga. El pollito siempre se viste en un sombrero de copa y un corbatín en caso de que vaya a una fiesta formal. So the little chick always dresses in a top hat and a bow tie in case he goes to a formal party. So here you've got en caso de que, it has to have subjunctive, even though I did not change subjects. The little chicken dresses in case the little chicken goes to a party. So it's still going to be subjunctive, even though you don't have two different subjects, because we have one of those adverbial clauses. Okay. Estas frases son un poco diferentes después de que, en cuanto, tan pronto como y cuando y hasta que. Son diferentes porque tienen el subjuntivo después de estas frases cuando refieran al futuro o una acción que no ha pasado. So these phrases only have subjunctive after them when they refer to a future action or something that has not yet happened. Okay. But if you're talking about a habitual action or an action that has already happened, you do not use subjunctive. Only if it's a future action. Okay? Tampoco no necesita tener dos sujetos diferentes y no necesita que. So when you use en cuanto, tan pronto como, or cuando, it's not even necessary to have que, which I know is going to throw everyone off. So these, which spell out Dutch, I don't know if that helps you, but they are subjunctive when they refer to the future. Okay? So, ejemplos. Oh, here's what they mean. Después de que means after. En cuanto is as soon as. Tan pronto como is also as soon as. Cuando is when, and hasta que is until. Now my examples. Todos estarán sorprendidos cuando Carrie responda con una sonrisa. So everyone will be surprised when Carrie responds with a smile, even though her 3 emotional outlets are haughty silence, tears, and rage. I just thought that was so funny. So, has she yet responded with a smile? No. It's a future action. It's referring to her future response. So, it's in the subjunctive. Responder, responda. Barry está fascinado cuando ve objetos brillantes. Barry is fascinated when he sees shiny objects. So that's not a future action. That's a habitual action. He's always fascinated when he sees brilliant or shiny objects. Cuando alguien sugirió una idea loca, Lisa la aceptó. So, when somebody suggested a crazy idea, Lisa, I've just named these birds, Lisa accepted it. Again, sugirió is in the preterite, which is a form of the indicative. It is not the subjunctive. And it's not the subjunctive because this is a past action. When someone suggested, it's not a future action, so it's not subjunctive. Malcolm sube el dial de awesome hasta que llega a lo máximo. Después lo rompe. So Malcolm turns up the dial of his awesome dial until he gets to the max, and then he breaks it. So this one is also an indicative, even though we have hasta que. It's indicative, not subjunctive, because this is something he always does. Right? Modus operandi, that's something you always do. Okay? Leonard se dio cuenta de su error en cuanto vio el desastre que causó. So Leonard realized his mistake as soon as he saw the disaster that he had caused. So that again is indicative. It's in preterite, which is a form of the indicative. Not the subjunctive, because this is something that has already happened. It is not a future action. Tan pronto como tú digas who, el bujo de gramática te corregirá con whom. So as soon as you say who, the grammar owl will correct you with whom. So this is in the subjunctive because it is a future action. As soon as you do this, he will do that. That is not a habitual, it's a future action that has not yet happened. Okay. Por favor de escribir a sus apuntes y traerlos a la clase para hablar de sus preguntas. Gracias.